So the marriage was dissolved between the government and the private entity. So this is a classic case of halala. Madam,
I hope you're against it. You're against it.
There is no halala in Islam, but in governance is halala. Madam, this government is dancing to the tune of private industry and commercial profit rather than privacy protection. This purported bill which the Honourable Minister has moved is a marriage between state and corporate power which consolidates and centralizes all the power in their hands. Thirdly, Madam, this bill also shows us the ill effects of electoral bonds. Because if an electoral bond is given to any party, including mine, the world does not know who has given. So, you know, the saying now within the public is, you give us electoral bond, after coming into power will make you James Bond. So, Madam, this is the classic case of that. Why I say that? See clause 24, Madam, which amends section 4. This is completely violates fundamental rights, right to livelihood, you know, right to equality, everything. And unfortunately, this government does not believe in Geo or Geno though. This government believes only in Geo. That is why they have brought this bill. Now, Madam, again, this purported bill, sir, you ask humor. Don't take me so serious. ऐसा लग रहा है कि आप एनकाउंटर कर देंगे मेरा. नहीं, आने सर, let me. अरे
ओवैसी साहब, मैं आपके ह्यूमर को भी लेता हूँ सीरियसली.
बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत शुक्रिया सर. अरे आपका चेहरा ऐसा बता रहा है कि आप कुछ खा जाएंगे मुझे. ऐसा मत करिए सर. Sir, Madam, this bill violates, what did the Supreme Court say in 33(1)? Even the Aadhaar user should be given. निकाल दीजिए, बिल्कुल निकाल दीजिए, बिल्कुल निकाल दीजिए.
नहीं वो तो.
नहीं, निकाल.
प्लीज.
बिल्कुल निकाल. नहीं, सॉरी सर, सॉरी, निकाल दीजिए मैडम. आपको गुस्सा आ गया, पानी पीजिए.
आ जाएंगे.
33(1), Madam.
Should not go on record.
Madam, 33(1), the Supreme Court said, you are an eminent lawyer, you will understand my language. The minister cannot. Madam, 33(1) clearly says that the Aadhaar holder should be heard, not just the UIDI. You don't do that. 33(2), again, the Supreme Court said, have a sitting High Court judge. You don't do that. You are violating it. Fourthly, Madam, why did the Supreme Court say? What did the Supreme Court say about private entities not getting information? They called it the dissemination and spread of private information to private entities as a vice. You are making it a virtue, sir. I congratulate you for. You don't see a vice, but you see a virtue in it. That's why you bring this bill. And Madam, why did when the government says voluntary? No, it is not voluntary. If you read the bill carefully, what does the bill says? The relevant entity shall identify clients. The word shall, S-H-A-L-L, has, as a law student, we are taught what shall means. You cannot pull a wool over our eyes. You want to help private entities. I don't know what this government has so much love for private entities. Why are you afraid of them, sir? A man living in a huge building in Mumbai cannot take on the New Delhi government of India. Why are you succumbing to him? Sir, Madam, I conclude by talking about clause 8, Madam. This, you are bringing in a bill wherein you are decreasing the powers of Parliament. Why are you doing it, sir? When you believe in separation of powers, the Parliament is sovereign. Your clause 8, which mentions section 23A and clause 9, will UIDI be an impartial arbiter? You have no control. The UIDI can appoint anyone who will have conflict of interest. How can you stop them, sir? Your revenue secretary is head of GST, and that can happen over here. Why are you reducing? Why are you bringing down the dignity of this August House? Tomorrow you are a minister, you will not be there definitely. I am a member, I will not be there. But why are you demeaning this House by bringing this bill? Madam, I conclude, again, offline verification. Madam, Pathankot happened. Pathankot terrorist offense, despite Prime Minister going to Sharif's house. Pathankot happened. Now in Pathankot, one of the terrorists had an Aadhaar card. Online, offline verification. This will lead to fraud. I don't know why you're bringing this. So, and Madam, I conclude by, because paucity of time is here, the Minister said you're bringing it for Supreme Court. Sir, let me bring it to your notice. You're an eminent lawyer. Your clause 5 violates the judgment mentioned on page 387. Your clause 5 subsection 7 violates judgment paragraph 319. Your clause 6A violates judgment paragraph 390. Your clause 2AA violates judgment paragraph number 402 and 333. Your clause 11 violates judgment number paragraph 408. Your clause 12 violates Supreme Court judgment paragraph number 408 and 333. Your clause 18 violates paragraph number 409. Your clause 23 violates the judgment of Supreme Court as mentioned in page 410. So this is unconstitutional. Be rest assured, on the basis of brute majority, if you pass this bill, this will be challenged Supreme Court of Law. You are doing a crime over here, which coming generation will have to suffer. Thank you, madam.
Shri K. Ram Mohan Naidu.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson, for giving me the opportunity to speak on this very important bill, the Aadhaar and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2019. And I've been listening to all other senior members who have spoken before me. Much of the points that I wanted to raise have already been put on the table. So I'd like to be very concise, since the time is also very concise, on the points that I want to make on behalf of my party also. The first thing, madam, I don't think there is any discussion on what the Aadhaar is intended to do. The way it started, it was for the betterment of the efficiency and the transparency in the way the government wanted to disperse its funds to the poor and the rendering of government services or money reaching the poor. That was something which is still agreed upon on all members of this each and every side. But what is for discussion right now is the other side of this Aadhaar bill, which infringes on the personal privacy and the data security. These are the two issues that have been mentioned in the Supreme Court judgment also of the case Puttaswamy and the Union of India. Couple of words that the judgment makes is that the Aadhaar number and Aadhaar-based authentication by private entities is unconstitutional, and mandated linking of mobile connections with Aadhaar is disproportionate and unreasonable state compulsion, and also linking of Aadhaar with bank accounts is also constitutional. This is what the Supreme Court says regarding the judgment. Now I'd like to ask the government on what part of this is missing from this bill. Because, madam, if you see, the government is bringing this bill just to show this house, just to show the country that Supreme Court has said something regarding Aadhaar and I will need to do something. But how much of the Supreme Court judgment is being translated into this bill is not being shown clearly, madam. That is what I want to point out right now also. What is the privacy this thing? Which is what the other members have also clearly mentioned, that the Data Protection Act is the need of the hour. It has to be brought forward first. That needs to be tabled, that needs to be discussed thoroughly until each and every citizen of this country is sure whatever data is going out from my privacy is being protected by the government. I can't make sure to pass this Aadhaar bill. That is not clearly shown from this government. The other thing, Madam Speaker, the allowing the private companies to still hold Aadhaar data. Voluntarily, they put in the word voluntarily, but that is not the case. What is being on paper is very much different than what will happen on ground also. So the Honorable Minister needs to answer clearly how deleting data from these private entities will be made possible. First of all, Madam Speaker, Madam Chairperson, I'll quote some words from the prominent telecom companies. One of them says, after the Supreme Court judgment, one of them says that Aadhaar-based verification addresses the security concerns of the country and is inconvenient to the customer, which is against what the Supreme Court is saying. And the other one, much important, bigger player, which already Owaisi Saab has also mentioned, it says that 90% of subscription for our company was through Aadhaar, so Aadhaar authentication should continue, and the central government should make a law so that this Aadhaar enabling should continue. I would only like to ask the central government this: is it listening to the common citizen of this country, or is it listening to the private entities of this country? Because what happened today, madam, to save our constitution right to privacy, people had to go to the Supreme Court to protect it. And private entities, to save their own companies, they have approached the government and they've got this bill. Madam, it is a serious shame on this country for doing this, madam. That is why I approached the government again to re-deliberate this whole thing. This was the speech that I prepared, madam, but after coming here and listening to what Supriya Suleji has said from the economic survey, that whole debate goes to another level. Now that the data is being monetized, You can sell the data. This is the intention of the government. Now, if this is the intention of the government, we request from our party that this bill needs to be further deliberated. It needs to be sent to the committee. Proper discussions need to be done at all various levels. All stakeholders need to be brought in. The confidence of this bill needs to be given to the citizen of India, not to any private companies in this country, madam. That is what the central government should make sure. And also, madam, if you give me 30 seconds of time, I'll just need to make clear that YSR Congress party, while giving their speech, they have made baseless allegations on Telugu Desam party, madam. I would request you to expunge them. It is a data which is there in public domain. This is data which was there in public domain, madam. I wouldn't have raised this. I wouldn't have raised it had they not raised it.
Mr.
But
Naidu,
it is my right,
Mr. Naidu, Mr. Naidu, Mr. Naidu. We'll go through the records and then the decision will be taken.
Please, I request you
only
to
after
read it
going
from
through
the
the
records,
records.
madam. I wouldn't have mentioned it had they
We'll
not
go through
mentioned
the
it.
records. I don't want this
They are
clanging
making
match to go
baseless
on.
allegations, madam.
Shri Ramesh Biduri ji.
कि मैडम आपने आधार एंड अदर लॉज अमेंडमेंट बिल, आधार मीन्स टारगेटेड डिलीवरी ऑफ फाइनेंशियल एंड अदर सब्सिडीज बेनिफिट्स एंड सर्विसेज एक्ट 2016। बहुत बातें बोल रहे हैं, कोई विदेश पढ़ के आया, कोई पढ़े लिखे बाप का बेटा है, लेकिन लोगों को गुमराह करने का कितनी तरीके से लोगों को गुमराह करना चाहते हैं। ये आधार मैडम लाए थे सामने बैठने वाले लोग यूनिक के नाम से, और जब लाए थे तो कोई लॉ नहीं था। अपने चहेते कंपनियों को देंगे, जब मर्जी बनाते रहेंगे, ठाट के साथ में पैसे लेकर बनाते रहेंगे, बांग्लादेशियों के बनाते रहेंगे, रोहिंग्या के बनाते रहेंगे, इनकी वोट बढ़ाते रहेंगे। ये मानसिकता को लेकर आए थे, इसको ये लोग लेकर आने के बाद जब ये आधार को लेकर माने प्रधानमंत्री जी सरकार लेकर आई थी तो बड़ा शोर मचा है, ये तो हम लेकर आ रहे थे। लेकिन इसको 2016 में कानून बनाने के बाद जब लेकर आए थे तो एक कमेटी बनी थी। उसके बाद 27 जुलाई 2018 को बीएन कृष्णा कमेटी, फ्री एंड फेयर डिजिटल इकोनॉमिक प्रोटेक्टिंग प्राइवेसी एंड एम्पावरिंग इंडियंस, इस कमेटी ने जब रिपोर्ट दी, कमेटी हैज रिकमेंडेड सर्टेन अमेंडमेंट टू आधार एक्ट। उसमें ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा था, सर इस जो अमेंडमेंट आया सुप्रीम कोर्ट की, मुझे लगता है एक बात को लेकर आया केवल, सुप्रीम कोर्ट डिसाइडेड इंपोर्टेंट इशू, प्राइवेसी इज ए फंडामेंटल राइट अंडर आर्टिकल 21। आर्टिकल 21 कहता है हर आदमी का फंडामेंटल राइट है कि उसकी प्राइवेसी सीक्रेट रहे और वो पब्लिसाइज ना हो। ये आधार कार्ड जब बना था, बनने के बाद आज 125 करोड़ लोगों के 1 करोड़ 20 लाख के करीब लोगों के आधार कार्ड बन गए। 10,000 करोड़ रुपया इसके कंपनी के अनुसार बनाने में लगे थे, और एक ही साल के अंदर 4 साल के टेन्योर में 1.4 लाख करोड़ रुपया सरकार का बचा है। जो गरीबों को सब्सिडी जाती थी वो सब्सिडी अब गरीब के पास जाती है। जो राजीव जी कहते थे हम 15 पैसे भेजते हैं और 85 पहुंचते हैं, हम 1 रुपया भेजते हैं, हम 1 रुपया भेजते हैं और 15 पैसे पहुंचते हैं, और बाकी 85 खा जाते हैं। कहीं जेल के चक्कर लगाए हैं, कहीं हाउस में बैठे रहते हैं। वो इसी कारण से लोग चक्कर लगा लगा कर आए हैं जी, इन्हीं के कारणों से जी।